What is corporate culture? Corporate culture is a set of shared values, beliefs, attitudes, and behaviours that shape how people interact with a company. Think of it as the personality of an organisation. It sets the tone, defines the atmosphere, and establishes norms among its workforce. Some companies are formal and serious, while others foster a more relaxed and creative environment. This feeling and approach to working is their corporate culture. It influences everything from meeting dynamics to dress codes and even how employees greet each other in the halls. But what does a strong corporate culture look like? What does a weak corporate culture look like? A strong corporate culture has shared values and beliefs. Everyone in the company upholds the same core principles and objectives, fostering a common understanding that guides decision making. The second thing is clear communication. Open and effective channels ensure that information and ideas flow freely across all levels of the organisation, keeping employees informed and engaged. If a business has a strong corporate culture, you'll also be able to see teamwork and collaboration. Employees work cohesively in teams, supporting each other and sharing responsibilities, which promotes innovation and problem solving. Further to this, there'll also be trust and accountability. A high level of trust exists between employees and management, fostering a culture where individuals take ownership of their work and are accountable for their own actions. Finally, you'll see adaptability and resilience. A strong corporate culture supports adaptability in response to challenges and changes, enabling employees to adjust strategies and embrace new opportunities as they arise. One company that comes to mind for having a strong corporate culture is Google. Google exhibits a strong corporate culture through its emphasis on shared values and beliefs, which guide decision-making across the company. Clear communication is maintained via regular meetings, transparent email threads, and internal forums, ensuring that information flows freely and employees remain engaged. The company promotes teamwork and collaboration through open office layouts, cross-functional teams, and tools like Google Workforce, fostering a cohesive working environment. Trust and accountability are cultivated by empowering employees with autonomy, transparent leadership, and clear performance expectations. Additionally, Google's culture of innovation and adaptability is evident in policies like 20% time. This 20% time allows employees to explore new ideas and their own passions, using 20% of their working day on such projects. This, along with things like free food and drink, haircuts, table tennis tables, nap pods, all create a culture of innovation and trust within the business. Now let's examine what a company with a weak corporate culture looks like. Well, the first thing you'd expect to see is a lack of clear values. Unclear or inconsistent guiding principles leave employees uncertain about what's expected of them. There would also be poor communication. Ineffective communication channels lead to misunderstandings and a lack of transparency, leaving employees feeling uninformed and excluded. Another thing you'd expect to see from a company with weak corporate culture would be little to no collaboration. There would be a minimal emphasis on teamwork, resulting in isolated departments and limited innovation. This lack of collaboration fosters competition rather than cooperation, meaning that everyone is in it for themselves. Lack of trust and accountability would also be present. Low levels of trust and accountability create a negative work environment where employees blame others as they feel that taking responsibility for a mistake will result in negative consequences for them, meaning nobody wants to take any accountability for anything. And finally, you'd expect to see resistance to change, a reluctance to embrace new ideas or adapt to better ways of working. This stifles growth and leaves employees feeling resistant to change, often limiting the business and not allowing it to move forward. One business that's been in the headlines for having a weak corporate culture would be Amazon, in particular Amazon's warehouses. where reports highlight concerns over working conditions and employee treatment. Allegations of high-pressure environments and inadequate support contribute to low morale and a lack of job satisfaction among workers. These factors are a byproduct of having a weak corporate culture, as employees feel undervalued and unsupported, and there is a clear lack of trust present between workers and managers. This forces employees to be resistant to change, and they are unwilling to work collaboratively with others due to the weak culture and a sole focus on productivity rather than people. Overall, by understanding the differences between strong and weak corporate cultures, a business can learn how to cultivate a positive and productive work environment.